Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Abdul Razak, number matrix 25DDT 195F1057, and my group mate Muhammad Fikri Adnan bin Fuad Kamal, 25DDT 19F1055. Okay, today we want to present about problem-based task, subject security audit. So first, the introduction. In cybersecurity, ensure a 360-degree in-depth audit of your organization security posture. It detects vulnerabilities, risks, and threats that organization face and the influence of such risks causing across the areas. We can determine the problem from the question above. Based on our opinion, the problem we got from the database after an audit done, we find some of the information has been changed. Audit not performing frequent backup, store backup data offsite, employees who access a system that is not assigned to them. Default setting is configured to firewall. So this is a question: determine and construct an audit checklist by using the suitable security governance. So the first clause is information security management system. So in 4.1, understanding the organization and its context, the status fully implemented. Next, 4.3, determining the scope of information security management system. The status is fully implemented. Next, 4.4, information security management system, not implemented. The status is not implemented. So next, clause 5, leadership. 5.1, leadership and commitment. 5.1A, B, C, and E. The status is partially implemented. Meanwhile, 5.1D, not implemented. The status is not implemented. Okay, next, clause 6, planning. 6.1, action address risk and opportunities. So 6.1.1 general. 6.1.1D, the status is fully implemented. Next, 6.1.1D, 8.1E, sorry, not implemented. The status is not implemented. 6.1.2, information security risk assessment. The status is partially implemented. Next, 6.1.2C, the status partially, not implemented. Okay, 6.1.3, information security treatment. The all in 6.1.3 is fully implemented. The status 6.2, information security objective and plans to achieve them. The status is partially implemented. Next, we go to 6.2. The status is fully implemented. Next, clause 7, support. The resource is not implemented. 7.2, competence have to partially implemented, and the next no answer. 7.3, awareness. 7.3A, not implemented. The status B, the status is fully implemented. C, partially implemented. 7.4, communication. The all of point status is fully implemented. So this is another clause from 7, clause 7. Next, I will pass it to Fikri Adnan.
So thank you, Ahmad Razak. I will continue the presentation. So starting from 8.1, which is operational planning and control. So for 8.1 and another 8.1 is fully implemented, and it has two not implemented. So the status, that's it. And for 8.2, information security risk assessment, which has two fully implemented and one not implemented. Next is 8.3, information security risk treatment. So the organization shall implement the information security risk treatment plan. So the status is fully implemented and the other one is not implemented. So the next one is number 9, performance evaluation. From 9.1A to 9.1F, it all has fully implemented and has a record. So, and for 9.2 is internal audit, same as 9.1. It all has fully implemented until 9.2E, and but not for 9.2F, which is ensured that the result of the audit and reported relevant to management. And for G, retain documented information as evidence of the audit programs and the audit results. So these two things has no record to prove. So 9.3 is management review, which is has two fully implemented for A, and for B is not implemented. And starting from C to F is all has a fully implemented and has a recorded. And for the last one, yes, it also has. And for number 10 is improvement from A for 10A and 10C is not it's not implemented, and for B and D is fully implemented. And also for E is not implemented, and starting from F to G is as fully implemented. And for 10.2 continual improvement, it has a fully implemented for the first one. Okay. So I will pass back to Aiman Razak to continue to present this type of conducting audit activities.
Okay, thank you, Fikri. Okay, next about explain step of conducting audit activities based on above statement given. So the first, initiate the audit. To start, the auditor must initiate the audit by contacting the process owner to be audited and ensuring the audit will be feasible. It's just a good idea to make sure someone is available to present evidence when you want to audit, rather than try to surprise them. Auditor must make contact with all the audit team members and designated authorities immediately, determine the audit capability, and go over the assignment to make sure the goals are achievable. Number 2, preparing the audit activities. Prior to the audit, the auditor should gather information to understand the audit's operation. This aid in preparing audit activities and determine which work documents will need to be cited to assess compliance. This also gives the auditor some advanced understanding of the documentation and detect any possible areas of concern. The documented information could include management system document and record and any previous audit reports. The standard recommends that the audit team leader would adopt a risk-based approach to planning the audit. This approach consider any issues that may arise due to an audit taking place. Example, the standard provide where presence of the audit team members might adversely influence health and safety. Security of infrastructure, for example, contamination in clean room facilities. Other details to consider when it comes to preparing for audit activities may be the physical location and in time frames. Next, for the number 3 is conducting the audit activities. It is often good practice to assign guide and observer to accompany the audit teams. Guide should assign the audit team providing introductions to individuals to be audited, arrange access to specific location, ensuring that security and confidentiality process are known to the audit team, and providing any clarification or assisting in providing further information as required. An opening meeting is suggested to confirm that all participants agree on the audit plan to be followed. It also provides a simple way to introduce the audit team and their roles, and give those being audited time to ask any questions. During the audit, it also important to ensure a constant streaming of information between audit teams member, but also between team leader and the auditee. If if a significant risk is found, this should be reported without delay. Once auditors understand and review the process of procedure, they can develop tests to evaluate them. Through such tests, auditors may find factors for improvement with solution that help meet their objective. So next for the number 4, I will pass to Fikri Adnan.
So we continue for number 4, which is preparing and distributing the audit report. So the auditor in charge is typically responsible for preparing and distributing the final audit report. Although reports often vary by the nature and difficulty of the audit, they usually follow a standard format. Contents typically include the defined scope, objective, interview, participants, location, dates, times, findings, recommendation, and any follow-up action if appropriate. The report should be dated, reviewed, and approved in line with the audit program procedure, and should be issued within the agreed time period. The sooner results are distributed and received, the more accurate they are. The audit report should then be distributed to the intended recipients as defined in the audit plan, ensuring the appropriate confidentiality is maintained at all times. So for the last one, for step of conducting audit activities is completing the audit. So the audit is completed when all planned audit activities have been carried out. Care should be taken to ensure that all evidence gathered during the audit is securely achieved and or destroyed in accordance with defined security procedure. Finally, any lesson learned and opportunities for improvement should be captured and shared to drive continual improvement of the audit program. Diligent assurance provide the means by which this can be done efficiently and effectively. And the last one is for conclusion. We make checklists to assist and ensure the audits are conducted systematically and comprehensively, and that all evidence obtained does not go away or change. Checklists can provide structure and continuity to an audit and ensure that the scope of the audit is added to. Reporting is the final procedure for the audit process. The conclusion of audit and reporting is one of the principles governing the audit. The result for internal audit are used to make management changes and improvements to internal controls. The role of internal audit is to provide independent assurance to that an organization risk management, governance, and internal control process are operating effectively. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.